Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome to Real English Podcast. I'm Brendy.
And I'm Annie.
Like, subscribe, and share with friends for the Real English Podcast.
Okay, so today we're diving into something many people find tricky. Small talk.
Right. Those little chats, about the weather, how your weekend was, stuff like that.
Exactly. And a lot of people think, oh, it's meaningless, it's fake, but we want to explore how it can actually be, well, real.
That's the idea. Small talk doesn't have to feel like pulling teeth. It can be a genuine way to connect, even just for a moment.
It really can. Think of it as like the first step on a ladder.
Right.
You need that first step before you can climb higher into a deeper conversation.
So let's talk about why it's actually a pretty crucial skill, especially in English-speaking cultures.
Yeah.
It often gets a bad rap, doesn't it? Like it's just pointless.
It really does. But it's not pointless at all. It's like a social warm-up. It signals, hey, I'm friendly, I'm open to talking.
It kind of checks the water. Is this person approachable?
Mm-hmm. And there are two big reasons it's important. First, connection. Even tiny interactions like chatting with the barista, they fight off loneliness. They build micro moments of connection.
Little sparks, not necessarily a big fire.
Exactly. And it builds trust. By talking about something simple and safe, you're basically saying, I'm not a threat. You're showing you understand social rules.
Okay, so it's about signaling safety and openness. What's the second key purpose?
This one is huge, I think. It shifts your focus. The goal of small talk should be to be interested, not interesting.
Okay, so focus on the other person, not on trying to impress them.
Precisely. If you're trying to be interesting, you're worried about yourself. Am I saying the right thing? Am I funny enough? It's stressful.
Yeah, I can see that. Performance anxiety.
Right. But if you focus on being interested, you're just curious, you're listening, you're looking for things to ask about, it takes the pressure right off.
Makes sense. Puts the spotlight on them. But what happens when you try to be interested and the other person just gives you nothing?
Yes, the conversation killers.
The absolute worst. Like you ask someone, how was your day? And they just say,
Fine.
ugh,
Yeah.
yes, or just yes, or no. It just stops everything.
It really does, because the point of asking, how was your day, isn't really to get the answer, fine.
Right, you want a little story, a detail, something.
Exactly. The value is in the why. Why was it fine, or good, or bad? Saying just fine gives the other person absolutely nothing to respond to. It kills the momentum completely.
So we don't want to be conversation killers. We need to do the opposite.
We need to expand. Don't just give the one-word answer.
Okay, so how do we do that? Is there a formula?
There's a simple rule, actually. When someone asks you a simple question like, how are you, or how was your weekend? Try to expand, share a detail, and ask a question back.
Expand, share a detail, ask back.
Okay, so instead of just fine, you could say something like, I've been fine, but oh my gosh, this weather has been trying to kill us. How are you coping with this heat?
Okay, let's try that. Learners, you can try this too. Repeat after me. I've been fine, but this weather has been trying to kill us.
Pause 3 seconds.
See? You gave a little extra, shared something relatable to the weather, and then asked a question. Keeps the ball rolling.
Exactly. Now let's think about small talk in levels, like levels in a game.
Okay, I like that. Makes it less intimidating.
Level 1 is the surface level. This is the super safe stuff. Weather, coffee, traffic, maybe weekend plans, like, got any plans this weekend?
The classics.
Mm-hmm. The key here is just being friendly. Your tone of voice matters more than the actual words. Keep it light.
Got it. Level 1, safe topics, friendly tone. What's level 2?
Level 2 is shared context. This is where you talk about something you're both experiencing right now or something you both know about.
Like if you're both waiting in a long line.
Perfect example. Or maybe the music playing in the cafe or a meeting you were both in earlier. You use I or we statements.
So it connects you both in that specific moment. Like, wow, this coffee smells amazing. Or we always seem to end up at this workshop, don't we?
Exactly. It creates a little us bubble, even if it's temporary. It moves beyond just general topics.
Okay, makes sense. Surface, shared context. What's level 3?
Level 3 is personal connection. This is where you start asking more open-ended questions, questions that show you're genuinely curious about the person.
So moving beyond the situation to the individual.
Right. You use things you might have learned in level 1 or 2. Use questions starting with how, what, or why, not just yes-no questions.
This feels like where small talk starts to become.
Well,
Just talk.
that's the goal. It's a natural progression. You build a little trust, find common ground, and then show some real curiosity.
Okay, that structure helps. But sometimes even talking about your day feels boring.
Uh,
How do you make everyday stuff sound engaging?
this is where the power of stories comes in. Even tiny stories.
Stories in small talk.
Doesn't
Sounds complicated.
have to be. Think super short, like a one-sentence story. It makes things memorable and creates connection. We can use something called the S.E.A. method.
S.E.A, like the ocean?
Sort of. It stands for simple, emotion, action.
Okay, break that down. S is for simple.
Yep. Keep your little story really short, one sentence, maybe two. Like an elevator pitch for your experience. Easy to say, easy for the listener to grasp, especially helpful when you're practicing English, right? Fewer chances for mistakes.
Good point. Simple. What about E?
E is for emotion. Your story needs a feeling. Happy, frustrated, surprised, excited. Whatever it is. Emotion is what connects people. It actually triggers something called mirror neurons in the listener's brain.
Mirror neurons, so they kind of feel what you felt.
Exactly. It paints a picture and pulls them into your experience, makes it much more engaging than just facts.
Wow, okay. Simple, emotion, a must-be action.
You got it. Action. Use strong verbs. Describe what happened, what people did. Action gives the story energy and makes the listener want to know more.
Okay, S.E.A. Simple, emotion, action. Give me an example.
Okay, instead of saying, I went on a date, try using S.E.A. maybe. My heart was racing in anticipation of her soft kiss.
Ooh, okay. Simple sentence. Emotion is anticipation, maybe excitement. Action is racing. Nice.
Wow.
Let's practice that one. Repeat after me. My heart was racing in anticipation of her soft kiss.
Pause 3 seconds.
That definitely paints a picture.
Right. Here's another one. Instead of, it was nice to hold the baby, try. I felt so much love when they let me hold the baby for the first time.
Emotion, love, action, hold. Simple sentence. Okay, let's try that. Repeat after me. I felt so much love when they let me hold the baby for the first time.
Pause 3 seconds.
It makes such a difference. Just adding that bit of emotion and action.
It really does. It
Yeah.
turns a plain statement into a little moment, a little connection.
All right, let's see this in action. We should probably show what not to do first, right? The awkward version.
Definitely. The conversation killer scene.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine we just bumped into each other somewhere.
Okay, hi.
Oh, hi.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
awkward silence. Right. Well, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Painful. That was physically painful to act out.
It happens, though. That's
Yeah.
what we want to avoid. Okay, let's try moving it up the levels, making it more natural. Imagine we're at some kind of event or workshop.
Okay, scene 2, take 2. Hey, I think we met at the last workshop, right? The one on digital marketing.
Oh, yeah, I remember. You were the one who shared that really interesting story about using those travel apps to save money.
Exactly. That was me. Wow, you remembered. Have you planned any new trips since then? Or found any other cool apps?
Actually, yeah, I was just looking into a trip to Italy and I found this app for booking train tickets.
See, much better. What made that work?
Well, first you established the shared context, the last workshop, level 2.
Right.
Then I remembered a specific detail you shared, the travel app story, that shows I was actually listening last time.
That felt good, actually, that you remember that little detail.
Exactly. Remembering details is key. Then you asked an open-ended question based on that detail. Have you planned any new trips? Or about apps. That's the jump to level 3, personal connection.
It flowed because it built on something real from before. It wasn't just a random question.
Precisely. It turned small talk into, well, real talk, because there was memory and genuine curiosity involved.
So recapping, asking good questions.
Yeah.
Instead of just what's up, which is so vague.
Try something more specific that invites a little story, like, what was the highlight of your weekend? Or even, what was the low light, if the tone feels right.
Oh, I like highlight.
Yeah.
It makes you think for a second and pick something concrete.
Mm-hmm. And if you're ever stuck, if someone shares something and your mind just goes blank, use the superpower phrase.
Which is?
Just 2 simple words said with real curiosity. Tell me more.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, but you gotta say it like you mean it. Leaning in slightly, maybe nodding. Tell me more. It shows you're engaged, you want to understand better, and it buys you time to think.
Okay, that's a great back pocket tool.
Tell me
more.
Good one.
What about when the conversation just pauses? That awkward silence.
It happens, even with good friends. Silence or a lull isn't failure. It's actually normal. You don't always have to fill every single second with noise.
Right. Sometimes it's okay to just be for a second. Maybe even acknowledge it lightly, like, Whoops, lost my train of thought there. Can break tension.
Exactly. But what if you actually need to end the conversation? How do you get out politely without making up some weird excuse?
Yeah, the classic, oh, I suddenly need the restroom, or wow, is that the time?
Right. We call this the white flag approach, like waving a white flag to signal peace, but, for ending the chat nicely.
Okay, the white flag approach, how does it work?
You clearly signal you're ending the conversation, but you do it with one last positive comment or maybe a quick final question that doesn't require a long answer.
So you're closing the door gently, not slamming it.
Exactly. You could say something like, well, I should probably go mingle a bit more, but it was really nice chatting with you.
Okay, let's practice that. Repeat after me. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you.
Pause 3 seconds.
That feels polite. What's another option?
Maybe something forward-looking, like, okay, I'm going to grab a snack before they disappear. Hope to see you around again.
Simple, clear, friendly. Let's try that one too. Repeat after me. I'm going to grab a snack. Hope to see you around again.
Pause 3 seconds.
So the key is being clear but warm about ending it.
It leaves things on a positive note. So wrapping up, small talk really doesn't need to be this fake, awful thing.
Yeah, it's more about showing you're open, you're curious, you're kind, using those little moments to build tiny bridges.
Start small. Remember S.E.A. Simple, emotion, action. Remember to expand your answers and focus on being interested.
And practice. Don't wait for a big important event. Try it out with the cashier at the store or your neighbor. Low-stakes practice.
Absolutely. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
So the challenge for you listening is to try just one thing this week. Maybe use an S.E.A. story, or ask what was the highlight, or just practice expanding your answers.
Give it a go. And remember to like, subscribe, and share with friends for the Real English Podcast.
Real life, real confidence.